My bad, I shot this whole video and forgot to show this. Presenting the Linux terminal. So, by accident, I discovered a kind of funny feature with Linux. I'm just going to say this is a feature with Linux because I tried to replicate in Windows, kinda, and, well, I guess I kinda did because I was able to SSH into my host machine. And you know what? This is this is just funny. So, I have a folder in my user profile that's just a mirror of the master copies of all my, well, big videos on the main channel, okay? And I do this just because I'm paranoid of losing shit, so it also allows me to kind of test out some shit. So these are the actual files of the videos that made it to YouTube. So as an example, if I go into the file browser right here, and open up this video. You'll recognize this as the first Omori video, most likely. Here's the thing, okay, because we've all had this problem, right? Being able to view things in high definition, it's just too good. Life is too good. Sometimes you gotta just dial it back a little bit. So what if I told you there is a command that you can type in, it's VLC-V, capital V, and then type in CA, and then the name of the video. So there's the file.
I really want to make a video on this game.
Yes, and this works.
As in, I feel like I need to make this video.
And here's the thing.
Very quickly, because I
You
feel
can
something bad is going to happen with this
you can then make
game. I
it
had to
bigger,
discuss this game before such a thing happens.
okay?
What am I referring to?
And
Fans. Back in
if you
2018,
zoom out
about 6
some,
months after it came out, I completed Undertale and proceeded
you
to
can actually get
Right, it was
a
very
better
good.
resolution if you
It's a
zoom
game
out
with
the
gameplay
terminal.
that At times it is very cool, but on other times, well, you
And
want
I know that you may be thinking,
As we are
okay,
at about
you just did some, like,
Undertale,
weird
at least
video
how it
effect
is,
here.
began to
I'm just looking at
because
Undertale.
a lot of gaming news sites were hyping it up,
And
with articles claiming it was
technically, no.
which many
Because all
users
I
were
did
also
was I just opened up the
That
VLC
was
ASCII
at the time,
encoder.
Undertale was one of the
And
highest
now it's
rated
running.
games on Steam, if not the highest.
Now,
Even today,
the reason
games
why
that
this
have
is,
released
there is a
on
little thing that is
Steam
relevant about this, okay? I'm having to do this through, like, an SSH loop, where I'm SSHing into from my host machine back into my host machine. Because otherwise, if I just type in, if I just start the terminal right now, cd to the videos directory, and just type in VLC 2021-07-23, it's just going to open up regular VLC. And then when I add in the flag, it just does this. Because it doesn't know what the fuck to do.
Ultimately, it comes down to something similar to the statement, I knew about the band
But
before they got it. There's a reason there's a fan base around Undertale, but a consequence of that has been a fan base somewhat notorious for the shit it does. And I only say
Oh.
somewhat because there's
I just
worse
broke
fan
it.
bases
Oh,
out
there we
there,
go.
Don't get me wrong. Hell, the fact is, so many covers for songs.
If I zoom in, okay, we're gonna zoom in again. just so you can actually see that this really is just ASCII text.
Omori is a very good RPG.
Okay, see? I keep zooming in, and come on. How much further can this go?
Remember, we are in an age post Undertale where killing all the enemies legitimately opened a whole new game.
Can you make out what this is?
We're also living in an age post Doki Doki Literature Club, so if you tell me this game is a psychological
Bro, I made this video and I don't even remember what I'm supposed to be looking at. Now, here's the problem. Oh, yeah. P kill, that's right. You can actually see the terminal is fucking tiny. Like, how do I explain this more? I've had some interesting results depending on the terminal. If you notice with Alacrity, which is just the default one that I use, you can notice that like the resolution's a little off, but with other terminals, it kind of does get a little bit better. So here I have another terminal emulator. This is Simple Terminal, which you can't zoom in or out of, I don't think. You'll notice that because of the size of the window, everything is a lot more complex. The colors are a little bit different because it's using slightly different colors for this palette. But you'll notice it's the same result kind of as before. It's just slightly different colors because Simple Terminal uses a different color palette. But you'll notice that the result is also slightly different because it's not like squished in like with Alacrity for some reason. I mean, this also gets even better when I happen to have the XFCE terminal, okay? So here we have the XFCE terminal, which if I full screen, it basically looks exactly the same as Simple Terminal. In fact, now I full screened it. But I can actually manipulate this to make the text itself tiny. But you'll immediately notice that it can't do anything above 2 frames a second. And to actually kill this, you have to open up another terminal to kill VLC play, or I think it will play it to the end. What is another video? Let's use the Shining video. So now, here is the last video on the channel.
In 139 seconds. But first, a comparison of cinema
And
sound
jump scare in 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is a destination with no journey, with zero attachment.
This is the worst iteration of this Apex Twin jump scare. Oh yeah, there's also another setting that you can use. You can use, instead of CACA, you can just use AA, which, let's see, I'm trying to remember what videos of mine or what. Now this is oddly appropriate, and we're going to restart this because apparently that just fucked up. This is strangely appropriate. So, what we're looking at is black and white mode. And,
Ambition. I think
you know what? This is actually a really good representation of one of the things I was talking about in the second Omori video with dithering, funny enough, because of how it's zoomed out so much. Like, you get a like pseudo scanline effect. I don't know if this shows up in the OBS recording. But because there's like, because it has like stippling, but it's so tiny and everything that's just having to take averages and everything and blurring everything, it ends up being strangely legible and strangely very clear to make out what the fuck you're looking at. You can like squint your eyes and kind of like make out vaguely the blocking of some shit. But that's it. If we zoom out all the way like this, yeah, and then this actually, holy shit, this actually, okay, this is actually about perfect for what I wanted when I made this. When I made this video, this is actually about the color palette I wanted. But now, because of it being in color and it having to do all this,
I think
it's
everyone who
just
creates
running
anything
like
has
ass.
some kind of a quarter of anyone alive right
Alright,
now.
let's zoom in
Yes,
and
I'm
crash it.
pessimistic about many things. I claim to be more of a realist, but
Wow, the
my
video
kid,
one
where
doesn't
is the
crash
line
this.
that
That's
divides realism
amazing.
from- Probably is an income tax.
And,
since that typically
yep,
is
it
at the
worked
federal level,
exactly
such
how I
as
wanted
property
to.
tax, a sales tax. What the hell is this? That somehow I can only scrape $10,000 off 150,000 people. Oh, I know.
So,
it must be
what I'm
some
going to do
rich
is
boss who feels bad
a
about
side by
having just a
side,
tiny bit of money to run the city. Either way, SimCity on the Super
showing
Nintendo
this
is
in black and white and showing it in color,
point
because
in life. It
why not?
requires
I
no
just,
special situation.
this is such a weird feature. Like, why? Okay, no, I know why this is here, because you can run this in terminal mode
It does sadden me to say that
on
this
Linux,
is not
obviously,
the best
but
SimCity.
the fact that I can just access this, like, this is such a niche feature to even have. But I guess because fucking VLC is just ubiquitous, it's going to have this kind of a support in it, I guess. So, yeah, this is the part I wanted to see. Oh, cool, it cut out in the middle. Wow. Yeah, so just a little thing between you and me. When it came to this video, this, like, part of it where I had the, I synced some, like, B-roll and gameplay to the, what is it, the Megalopolis music from SimCity for Super Nintendo, is probably, honestly, like, my favorite part of the video, in terms of just how it came together. It was a very simple thing to make, but I think it, like, embodies my feelings of specifically the original SimCity almost perfectly, in my opinion. And then here's SimCity 2000. Now let's do it in color. I'm surprised that sound is actually working on this. I think this does just demonstrate how insane Linux can sometimes be. And what's funny is this kinda just works because this is what the Super Nintendo... Actually, wait, this is more like the NES. Bro, I found the NES SimCity, even though it was found like 6 years ago. Oh, it is struggling. Okay, look, unless this already exists, or maybe it is just this, what I want is a video player that lets me, maybe not in real time, maybe at least have the option to pre-render it, but to, like, convert my videos into ASCII but at a stupidly high resolution. That way it pretty much is just making, like, a 16 color version of my videos. I think that would be a fun thing to just dick about with. With that said, I will buy a vinyl record of this game's OST if given the chance. Please, release a high quality version of the soundtrack on vinyl. So, for as much as I hate the fact this came on a copy protected CD, it is the technology of a CD that allows this game to have such an amazing soundtrack. You're not going to get this from any MIDI tracking technology back in the day. Of course, other highlights on the soundtrack include Magic City, so, I think I like SimCity 4. Back when I was 7, I got a computer. I was probably a bit too young to have one, but I think I turned out well, but over time, and after I stopped using the Money Tree mod, I got better. Much, much better. Yeah, so anyway, I think that's, I think that was, kind of cool to just fuck about with. Yeah, this is an actual thing, that can be accessed in the terminal. But otherwise, subscribe to the channel. I'm out.
Hey, Sneeko. Does this outfit look familiar?
What the
Same
fuck?
thing I wore last time I took you over my knee and spanked your bottom with some discipline. And I'm happy to report that these are back in stock and a lot more. At
I don't know why this is
oysterclub.com.
happening.
Last time I talked about you, I used you for a merchandise. So
Oh my
I
god,
said,
it's
watch my
deteriorating
clips
even
to see what
more.
I was saying about